Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all well. I do apologize that I haven't done a video in a while. I went away to China for a bit. I went on holiday and and it was great. Like I was there for like 2 weeks. So yeah, I only got back recently. It was way different to what I expected. So if any of you plan on going to China, do it. I'm sure it'll be a great experience as well. Okay, so basically today's video is going to be about how to engage involuntary clients. As a social worker, depending on where you work, you may have to work with involuntary clients. Involuntary clients, I'll just apologize now. As always, I have a list of things that I'm referring to in this video, so excuse me if I keep looking down. So involuntary clients is a term used for people whose involvement with social workers is mandated by law. So involuntary clients would probably be people involved in the child protection system. So maybe parents or children who are having to involve it with social workers so they can keep their kids or keep living with their kids. It could be people in the criminal justice system, like young people having to attend like various sessions, but because the court has ordered them to do so. People who are involved in like mental health as well, they may be on like a treatment plan where they're having to take certain medication because the court has ordered them to, or they're having to see a social worker because the court has ordered them to. It could be even alcohol users. So these are all examples of involuntary clients, and I'm basically going to do a video explaining how to engage such people, as obviously it can be quite difficult when somebody's being forced to see you when they're not actually choosing to see you. So first of all, I think rapport building is important, which I guess is important in any area of social work that you're working in anyway, but I think it's especially important in this sector. If you're working with involuntary clients, you have to know how to build a bit of a relationship with them so they can actually take something out of the sessions that you have with them, and they will not only attend just because they have to. I think knowing how to use a bit of humor during your sessions is also helpful. It helps make everything a little bit relaxed, and it makes you relate to them on a what's the word, on an informal level, and then it makes them open up more to you and they actually benefit from the sessions that you have with them. Having empathy, even non-verbal cues like having it like an open posture, eye contact, smiling, things like that can help ease the person and make them know that you're not here thing against them. You're actually here to help them and make sure they benefit from the sessions that they're going to have with you. I think paying attention to the client's positive behaviors and using that to empower them gives them a bit of like input in the whole process, and it makes them feel important as well. It makes them feel like what they say is being heard as well. So I think using like a strength-based theory and working with such clients is very beneficial. I think you can also build trust with such people by being consistent, being upfront and honest, and in case you make a mistake or the organization makes a mistake, or if the client has had horrible experiences with previous workers, acknowledging that in the process that you're using to work with them is also helpful. It makes them develop some kind of trust for you. Obviously, in getting them to trust you, I don't mean you need them to feel like you're always going to be on their side and like you're going to be their friend or anything. It's just they can trust you enough to know that you're going to be consistent and be honest about everything that's going on with them. Knowing that progress with working with such clients is usually very slow. It takes a while for you to see any progress because obviously you're going to spend like a bunch of sessions trying to build a relationship with them in the first place. So just acknowledging that and not being too hard on yourself and being easy on yourself in working with them is important. I think during your contact with them as well, it's important to make it clear what your role is and what your intervention is about, and what you're hoping, you know, for the client to have gained out of the sessions. I think you also need to make it clear that, okay, so basically you're having to see me, you don't really have much of a choice here, so what are you hoping to get out of this, and identifying what their priorities are and working towards that. Help them to identify what they want at the end of the, maybe the 20-week session or whatever, and then help them work towards achieving that. I think that's important. Try to keep, up with your supervision and all peer support and all that. That's really important in working with such clients, because you might feel like it's your fault they're not engaging or anything. You need to always know that obviously it's not your fault. The client is basically being asked by court to see you, and that's just how it is. Like, it's not your fault they don't want to engage with you, or they don't think you're a nice person or anything. Like, always acknowledging that, and it's important to do. And I think it's important to try ask open questions all the time to encourage the client to talk to you more, rather than asking closed questions that will only require like a yes or a no answer. And I think finally, you need to try and avoid providing too much information in one session. You have to make the sessions as easygoing as possible, because clearly this client doesn't want to be there, so there's no point giving them so much information, because they're not even going to hold it in any way. So, and try and make your sessions as informal as possible. I think maybe for your first meeting you could depending on what your organization allows, you could go for coffee or do it over lunch or something like that. And as you progress, you can take it to the office and make it a little more formal. Anyways, I hope this video is helpful. I know it can be quite hard working with involuntary clients, so I thought it would be important for me to do something like this. I hope it's beneficial, and I'm going to be consistent again from now onwards. So I hope you keep on watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.